there is no harm in taking an egg every day, for as long as it's a boiled egg.
Every day?
Yes.
So that thing of don't take more than 3 eggs is a myth?
You can take 1 egg every day for as long as it's boiled. Whenever I think of bread, it's wheat. It's made out of wheat, right?
Yeah.
Wheat is a good source of B vitamins. Now, the beauty of using the brown, it's because you're sure it's whole grain. That's when you're sure that you'll get the B vitamins in food. Now for the white, what they tend to do, it shows that there are things that have been removed, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So they tend to fortify them so that they will not be so different from the browns.
Yes.
But then, why go for what is fortified rather than taking what is whole?
Yes.
Ideally, the reason why we prefer the whole to the white bread is because once you use the brown bread, it contains fiber. It's high in fiber.
Yeah.
This one's the fiber bit has been removed.
Yes.
So even absorption of that is much slower compared to this.
Yes.
That's why for anyone even who is diabetic, you will find that sugars will tend to go high on white than in brown because of the fiber bit.
Okay.
Yes. So myself, I would go for the browns.
Okay.
But then for palatability and also to encourage people to take them, there is no harm in taking the white, but for as long as you don't take, what matters is the quantity that you normally
take.
Yes.
Yes. What about cakes? I know for a nutritionist, are they a complete no-go zone?
Well, this is what I will say. We are all social beings, right?
Yes.
And at one point, you might have a birthday cake. It's fine. You can just take a piece, for as long as it's just a small piece that you're taking. But an everyday thing, it's not ideal. Because on this end, especially since we are trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, we are trying to go down on the amount of starch intake.
Yes.
We will treat sugar as a carbohydrate.
Yes.
Meaning, many at times, if you're not physically active, much of it tends to be stored as fat. And it's not beneficial. That's where you find diseases, the lifestyle diseases coming up, like diabetes. There is hypertension. Yes. You can also find kidney issues coming in because of the poor lifestyle that we live, because of too much intake of this. So a small piece is ideal, but once in a while. Yes, it should be something. It shouldn't be something that you're taking it on a daily basis. Yes. But then, well, there are people who normally prepare some good healthy cakes, especially if you do the oat cakes, where you minimize on the amount of sugars that you normally take. Yeah, that one is fine. You can have it as a good snack since it's oat. You know, oats are high in fiber, right? Yes. Yes. But at the end of the day, just a small quantity is required. Because at the end of the day, they are all carbohydrates, and they'll all be turned to sugars. Yes. Eggs. I know there is always the issue of cholesterol when there is too much intake of eggs. But trust me, there is no harm in taking an egg every day, for as long as it's a boiled egg.
Every day?
Yes.
So that thing of don't take more than 3 eggs is a myth?
You can take 1 egg every day, for as long as it's boiled.
Boiled?
Yes.
Okay.
Because now at this point, we are trying to reduce also on the amount of fat.
Okay.
And then, many times when people fry their egg, they tend to overcook it.
Yes.
They turn the brown color. It's not supposed to turn that brown color.
Yes.
So you would never go wrong with a boiled egg. So taking 1 egg every day is still fine. And it's a good source of protein, right? The yolk, it's very rich in minerals and vitamins that are required. It has the amount of cholesterol in kidogo sana. And that's why, like I've said, take it as boiled. You know, many times we normally tend to say that fats they contain cholesterol, right? The vegetable oils have no cholesterol. It's just that now, once it gets cold, it becomes saturated.
Okay.
Meaning there's the presence of the hydrogen that converts them to hydrogen. Now,
Okay.
once you cook the fat, you tend to convert it to the bad fats. That's why I prefer you take it when it's boiled. The cholesterol present in the egg, it's not significant to really cause any health issue, but as long as you don't do more than more than one egg every day in the week. So, and on the other side, I know there is always the issue of people saying about the kienyeji egg.
Yes.
The
boiled, yes.
They're all eggs.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
It's now. It all depends now with the farming. Like normally say, of course you yourself would trust vegetables that you're planted in your your kitchen garden. Yes. Because you have noticed all those chemicals in planting them. Same thing to these. Okay. It's just they all contain they provide the nutritional benefits required in the body. The same way. Okay. So be it the broilers, be it the kienyeji, they are all eggs.
The spreads.
Okay. You know the different spreads. Like you've said, we have jam, we have the margarine, we have the peanut butter. Yes. And we also have honey. Yes. Things like jam. Of course, the margarine. These are, we call them the saturated fats. And the saturated fats are the bad fats. But then for palatability purposes, and also on the, if you are aiming at gaining weight to provide the enough energy levels, taken in small amounts, there is no harm. So having them as a spread is still fine. But if you're able to avoid it, the better. Okay. Yes. So having margarine, I would not go so much to jams because of the amount of sugar. But then having it in small quantities is still a go-to. But if you're aiming at living a healthy lifestyle, if you're able to get rid of it, it's still fine. Okay. Yes.
What about honey and peanut butter?
Honey and peanut butter. Peanut butter is good because those are peanuts, yes? But at the end of the day, what matters is the quantity that you're using. Yes. Just in small amounts. So I would prefer you use peanut butter over now the jams, because of the amount of sugar. But then don't forget, those are also fats. So you just need them in small amounts. As much as it provides the good fat, the peanuts provide the good fat. What matters is the quantity that you're using, just in small amounts. Yes, yes. Now, when it comes to honey, honey, there is no much of a difference of honey and sugar. Honey provides the kilocalorie it provides is quite higher than sugar. But then they may have some medicinal benefits. It might contain some enzymes that are essential in the body. So most people prefer to have honey over sugar, of which it's still fine. But what matters is the quantity at the end of the day.
Quantity.
Yes. Okay. Like I said, we will also treat it as a carbohydrate. If we take it in excess, it is stored as fat. Yes. Fat is not that beneficial. We are aiming, our aim at the end of the day is to stay fit, build up on the muscle rather than the fat mass. Okay. Yes. So there is no harm in using the honey, but in small quantities. Okay. Because I know there are people would prefer to not have milk because of course milk might it encourages in weight gain. Maybe some are allergic, so they prefer to take in lemon tea. And of course honey would be ideal to have it in lemon tea, but then in small quantities. Just the same way like we normally prepare the dawa to help in boosting the immunity, especially maybe you have a cold, but in small amounts.